And so if you're empowered to make choices and you're empowered to make them differently, you're empowered to get a different result. Hey there, class kickers, and welcome to another edition of the Kick Some Class podcast, the show designed to help you, the educator, whether you are just starting out as a new teacher, trying to figure things out, or you're an old, grizzled veteran trying not to burn out. This is the show designed to help you kick some class in school, at home, and in life. Now, today, what I'd like to do is jump into this idea of our awareness of our mindset. If you're going through burnout, a lot of times you have this ability to think about your situation differently. And you probably heard those quotes that talk about you can't, always control your situation, but you can control how you think about, respond to that situation. Well, the idea of our mindset awareness really dictates everything else that we do. And so as I started doing research more and more about burnout, having my own story and having my own experience of what it was like and how it affected my physical health and how it affected my, energy in the classroom and desire for life outside of class and a personal life, I started coming across this idea that I don't see things the same way as everyone else. And I knew this was the case, but just having this understanding of what other people are going through. And I tend to take a positive approach and think, how can I take control of my situation and what I can control and make a difference so that my life begins to turn around and I'm in charge of that, right? Well, as I started going through social media, find out that there are a lot of people who are complaining, venting, they're frustrated. I get all of what's behind all that, and I'm not minimizing that at all, but that there's this idea that it's just easier to do that, and we see a lot more of that, when we kind of go through our experience in life. So I came across a tweet this week, and if you use the hashtag kick some class or just fire this out at @baldsci, that'll get to me. So here's a tweet I really think is great. Zach Bowermaster said this. He said, "There's a reason negativity spreads so quickly. It's easy to be negative, and positivity takes effort." And yeah, I definitely can feel a little bit at times, if this is you, that maybe, hey, shots fired here, right? Not my intention at all. But the fact is that our mind will devolve into negativity. And, if we can so easily go to this place of negativity, it's not really constructive. In fact, this is the mentality piece that I want you to think about. We all have this understanding or this ability to look at our life, our situations that we face, and kind of have a hero's mentality. Like, I'm in charge of everything that I think that I choose to do. I have control over my life. I'm the hero of my own story. If you're familiar with the hero's journey, that's what I'm referencing. Or we could choose to feel like we're the victim. And if we take on a victim mentality, then we're looking to actually remove the control from ourselves and we become reactive, right? Like, I am the product of what other people have chosen to do. I don't believe that's the case. I believe that I have the ability to choose how I think, how I believe, how I act, my attitude from this point on in every situation of my life. And that's a super empowering thing. When we think about, I can actually choose how I respond to this meeting. I can choose how I respond to this parent. I get to choose how I respond to this student or this situation or whatever is happening to me. And that doesn't have to be just in my class. That can be in my personal life, in my marriage. This can be at home, whatever. So just think through that when you hear what comes out of your mouth or when you hear what comes out of your colleague's mouth, because these things are contagious. Are you, tweeting, posting on Facebook in conversation, negative, 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 I'm a victim, victim, victim. That is just going to eat away at your confidence. It's going to eat away at your happiness. It just makes you kind of a toxic person. And right now, when things might be challenging enough, don't you think it would be better if we could add to, counteract some of that negativity with an empowering mindset? And a set of beliefs, actions, choices that move us forward in a positive direction. So I really hope that helps you to kind of kick some class. I know it might be like that smack in the face. Sometimes we need that where somebody say, hey, you are negative and you're playing the victim. And maybe you need to start thinking about what you can do to change things differently. And that applies to every single policy that you choose to employ in your classroom, and then what you reap because you made that choice. And so if you're empowered to make choices and you're empowered to make them differently, you're empowered to get a different result. And I hope that helps you kick some class.